West Lawn's Rated Coaches Show brought to you in part by Dr. Jackson Fordham, DMD. Call for an appointment today. Welcome everyone out to West Lawrence High School. We're here with head coach Kagan McLean. We'll talk some football today, Coach. And came off a tough week. I guess we start out with what we learned last week.
Yeah, I mean, we disappointing week last week. We didn't play particularly well, especially on offensive side of the football. Special teams wasn't very good. You hate to lose a game the way we did. Holding a team to 10 points and then snapping the ball over the punter's head into the end zone for the winning touchdown. But when you have games like that and you don't play well, you got to take lessons from it. You got to find out what your mistakes were. You got to try and learn from it and move on, because the region's not a one-game region.
Right.
We got 4 more to play, and hopefully we can learn from our mistakes from last week and get a little better this week.
Yeah. All right. Let's talk about a few things that happened during the game, if you don't mind, Coach.
Sure.
First of all, when AJ went out of bounds over on the sideline and hit that slick spot on the side, whatever it was, Tart may had down, a foot off of the field. Tell me about that. What happened?
Yeah, it's that stadium. I might get in trouble for saying this, but high school teams shouldn't be allowed to play there. It's not Howard's fault, obviously. Multiple teams share that stadium, but you got about 8 inches of sideline, and then they've got hard rubber matting like we have in the weight room, rather than grass. And so he gets to run out of bounds over there, and once he goes 8 inches out of bounds, he slips on the rubber and crashes his back on that hard mat. And bruised his back a little bit, was out for a little while, knocked the wind out of him. Very dangerous situation over there. I hate it. It is what it is.
Yeah.
But it's not a safe place for kids to play.
Yeah. And not knowing that's there, and you going across there, and then all of a sudden your body comes out from under you. That's got to be rough. It seemed like when their kids would go out, they expected it. That they knew that it was there.
Right, and they don't play a lot of games there either. They play most of theirs at Ed DeFore, which is a much better facility.
Yeah.
But it was both teams had to play on it. You know what I mean? So it wasn't an advantage for them or anything like that. It's just dangerous for both teams. I don't.
So
like
what happened with AJ? He went out for a series. He came back. Was he full force?
He says he was fine. Said his back was bothering him a little bit, but he toughed it out. AJ's a competitor.
Yeah.
He's a tough kid. Like I said, I think he just bruised it. He's been okay this week as far as that goes. But it may have hampered him a little bit, but not enough that it would have made the difference in the game, the way we played or anything like that. But,
Coach, do you feel like he threw the ball well? We just didn't catch it?
I think it was a combination of things. We didn't protect real well up front at times. He had a lot of pressure on him. When he did throw the ball well, we didn't make catches. There were a couple times we had receivers open that he missed them. But that's not all on any one person.
That's
Overall,
right.
as a team,
we
we didn't play well enough to win, and Howard did. So hats off to them.
Yeah. Coach, I noticed Brent Carr went out after a period of time. What was that all about?
Just took a shot on the ribs and had a bruise. Came back this week and's fine. They did X-rays just to be safe. They came back negative, so he's okay. And Brent didn't play last year. He's a good kid, been a great player for us. He's kind of got to get used to the fact that football is a war. It's going to be a fire, and you may be hurt some, but you're not always injured. But he's done a great job for us. I don't fault the kid. We got to put kids' safety ahead of everything else.
Sure.
If there's any question that he may be injured, we got to pull him and we got to get him checked out. That's the smart thing to do.
Sure.
It may not be the way we want to do it all the time because we're so focused on wins, but the kid's safety obviously has to be paramount. And we weren't sure he was having trouble breathing, so we said, look, we'll pull you out, and we sent him on to get X-rays to make sure. But luckily for us and for him, everything turned out fine.
Yeah, and you have to this day and time, Coach. And everybody's different. Your injury and your the amount of time that you played football, maybe your mental toughness, whatever, may be a whole lot stronger than mine. you know, so I may need, you know, come out and check it out just to make sure in my own mind, make sure everything's all right. Whereas you may have lived through the battle a few more times, like you say, had more experience and learned, hey, it's just a little pain, or it's an actual injury, whichever one it may be. But still, you want players to play. That's for sure.
Yeah, you don't want kids to be hurt. They're kids playing a game. Ultimately, it's important to us, and it's important to them. But you know, in light of especially this past week with the tragedy in Pike County, I mean, you always got to look out for kids' safety. You know?
What's been found out about that so far, Coach, and what's your take on that whole situation?
I hadn't heard a lot of details from the little bit I know just as much as anyone else knows that reads the news. I know he was hit, took a hit during the game, came out, went back into the game, thought everything was fine. I think he came out again and collapsed. And it turned out he had some swelling on his brain and passed away. And, you know, obviously our thoughts and prayers are with that community up there. I know a little bit about that community. It's a tight-knit community. You know, they love sports. They love their kids up there. You know, the way that both teams came together and prayed for the young man and he was taken off, I thought that was great. Obviously we pray for that family, for that whole community. And our hearts and thoughts are definitely with them. And I can't imagine what they're going through, especially having to move on after this. But definitely remember those people in your prayers. It's a tough thing. You know? And such a rare occasion. You know, it's not indicative of what football is. It's not. You know, we hit his contact all the time, and it had been for many, many, many years. And the safety of the way we play the sport now is a lot. A lot better. Yeah, and you take a bigger risk of sustaining a serious injury or even death every day you get in your car, you know, so it's not like the statistics back up it being something that dangerous. You know, people like to talk about concussions, and I think statistics show that cheerleading and soccer have a higher rate of concussion than football. But, you know, ESPN loves to throw it out there because it's a talking point that brings people to their site. So, you know, that's all you hear is football and concussions. But, you know, it is what it is. That's right. We play on. So, Coach, anyone else that we need to kind of address at the start of the show, because the talk, you know, around fans around town has been, you know, is AJ okay? Was he okay throughout the game because of the fall? Well, you know, what happened to Carr? You know, why was he out? Are there others that maybe sustained a little injury, or anybody we need to talk about? Still got some guys nagging. You know, EJ's ankle's still bothering him. He played Friday but was hobbled a little bit. We've kind of held him out a little bit this week, trying to get him healed up. Got to get through this week. We got the open week next week, and hopefully he'll be full speed as we hit that final stretch of 3 games. But he's going to try and play this Friday. I think AJ cut his throwing hand in class this week. I think he's going to be okay, but he had trouble throwing the football Tuesday because of it. So, you know, he's getting checked out. So, you know, it is what it is. You know, it's one of those years where we've been really bitten by the injury bug more than probably any other year I've ever coached, and that's not an excuse. Like, we're 4-2. You know, we've been winning. So, you know, definitely not an excuse, but it's been hard. We've really had to have a lot of moving pieces and dominoes falling here and another guy stepping in. And our kids have done a great job, and I'm proud of them. Our coaches have done a great job of rallying around the guys we've had to put in. You know, McKinley Kemp hurt his shoulder, had to come out Friday. He had shoulder surgery last year, hurt the other shoulder this past Friday. So he's probably not going to play defense this week. We're going to have to sub him in. I think he might be okay to play a little receiver, but I don't think he's going to be ready to come down and contact people. So, you know, we're just we're the walking wounded. It's been that way all year. But sometimes that happens. That's life. Sometimes life throws a lot at you. And, you know, we preach to those kids, when life comes at you, you got to come back harder. There's no shame in being knocked down. There's only shame in staying down. And we've been knocked down a little bit this year with the injury bug, but we're going to press on and fight on and see what happens. All right, Coach, we appreciate every single week that you put together these special highlights. So we're going to take a short break and be back and let Coach review the highlights in just a moment. Stay tuned.
Fairview Fitness Center, open 24/7 with staffed hours available every day. Fairview Fitness Center, serving our community for over 30 years. Push your fitness further with our gym facilities, fitness classes, freestyle areas, and more. Join today and see the benefits of a healthy life. All new members are provided with a complete health assessment upon request, and new members are provided with a fitness orientation to familiarize themselves with exercise equipment, all by one of our staff exercise physiologists. For more information, call 353-1900. Visit us at 200 Industrial Boulevard behind Fairview Hospital, or log on to fairviewfitness.com.
Every team has a leader, and Lawrence County's leader in hometown banking is Farmers State Bank, proudly supporting local high school football. Farmers State Bank salutes those who make our community great by working hard to make Friday night football happen. Best wishes for the 2018 football season. Go Irish! Go Falcons! Go Crusaders! Go Raiders! And count on the team at Farmers State Bank, Lawrence County's leader in hometown banking. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender.
The City of Dublin's Natural Gas Department is offering a $1,000 rebate on the purchase of a natural gas, stove, furnace and tank or tankless water heater for new construction homes or if you're remodeling your home. Individual rebates include natural gas tankless, up to $400 rebate and free gas service installation. Natural gas tank, free 40-gallon or $200 rebate on other sizes, free gas service installation. Natural gas furnace, $200 rebate. Natural gas stove, $100 rebate. Natural gas dryer, $100 rebate. Natural gas grill, $100 rebate. Natural gas logs, $100 rebate. Maximum yearly rebate? No maximum. Save now. Save later. Call the City of Dublin Natural Gas at 277-5048.
Imagine a life-changing injury. Imagine the fear and unknown. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team, the only physicians in the area with advanced certification in orthopedic sports medicine, treats sports injuries with innovative techniques. The Houston Clinic has helped nearly 1 million athletes live without pain. Imagine getting back in the game. Imagine the best game of your life. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team.
All right, welcome you back. Now, Coach, you got highlights for us from this last week, and I know it's always great for you to point those out.
Yeah, we'll watch a few highlights from Friday. Defensively starting out, I don't think we played our absolute best game on defense, but our kids really hustled around and swarmed, did some good things, early on right there, tackling the sweep. Good hustle from several of our guys inside, getting to the football. Other than 2 drives, I thought we did a pretty good job of holding them out. Here they throw the ball. We had good coverage by EJ on the backside, getting in the hip pocket and putting his body between him and the defender, knocking the ball down. He did a good job for us. Overall, like I said, I think they only crossed the 50 twice all night, and they put 10 points on the board when they did. Here, good pressure, good coverage, getting them out of the pocket, forcing them just to throw it away. And, we got them punting deep in their own territory. I think they put out of their end zone here. So, we're going to start the first drive of the game deep in their territory. Good job by our kids holding them, forcing them to pump in the back of the end zone. Here we are, 1st and 10 on the 27-yard line. And we get a few extra on there, as we get a cheap shot there late, pushing one of our guys down, after the play, which happened a few times. And that's just, playing with intensity, I guess. Good job here, AJ coming back, stepping up, hitting EJ on a little Fox route and touchdown, and we're up 7-0 right away. And feeling pretty good at this point, Offensively, really struggled at times to get things going. Had a few highlights, a couple good tough runs. Dorian Edmond in there running the ball pretty tough for us, picking up yards, as he always does, grinding things out. Had a few decent throws and catches, but just not enough to really string together drives and put points on the board. There's Dorian running it tough again, running his legs, churning and pushing the pile and picking up yards. He's been a great player for us this year, a senior. Does a great job. Here defensively, they pop a run on us and get it down close. I think our guys do a great job. There's Spencer Dacus getting through, getting a tackle for a loss, forcing them to kick a field goal here. I hated it because there were 3 straight plays we misaligned, and they had 3 big runs off of those 3 plays that got them down deep in our territory. We finally get it adjusted, and our guys step up and do a good job. Devontae Royals shooting through on a little counter play, making a great tackle. And, 3rd down here and goal. And our kids doing a good job coming to the sweep. Derek Jackson shooting through and getting in legs and making a nice tackle there, forcing a field goal attempt. And, that's big. A lot of people say, well, they got points on the board when you're 1st and goal inside the 10. We'll take a field goal attempt. Yeah. Right, so our kids did a good job there. Again, we had great field position all night. We started 6 drives inside their 50. Here's another where we started to drive deep in their territory. Had a great kickoff return there to get us back. We're churning out yards inside. We're moving it. Here we get another great run by Dorian on the stretch play up top. Bradley's in there at quarterback now when A.J. went out. Did a good job for us on this drive. And, we're down. Now we're inside the 10. We've got first and goal from the 8, and we can't punch it in. We just get up there and get a decent first down run down to about the 5 or 6 and come back and we get stuffed twice. Now we got to kick a field goal. So, those are opportunities we can't waste. We get inside the 10. We need touchdowns. Field goals are nice, but touchdowns are better. But, we're sitting 10-3 with 10 minutes left in the second quarter, and I feel like things are okay, Here they come back and throw a little screen out there. I thought we did a good job coming downhill for the most part. You see McKinley there. He's already, shoulders obviously bothering him. He's not able to hit like he normally does. We didn't recognize it. He didn't say anything to us till later, and we get him out of the game as soon as we find out. Defense doing a good job inside. Daniel Lindo, De'Eric Jackson, Devontae Royals all getting to the football. Other than a few big runs, we did a really good job of stopping their run game. Again, good job swarming. Lindo in the backfield, Xavier Lewis in the backfield, getting a tackle for a loss there. We just couldn't get anything going offensively for the most part. Here we make them punt. We get great field position again, starting to drive inside their 50-yard line. We had plenty of opportunities to win the game. Of course, we couldn't do anything there with it. We have to punt it right back to them. Our kids go back on defense. Nice job, J.D. Jones, shooting the gap, getting into the backfield, and getting another tackle for loss there. J.D.'s been a good player for us this year. Here, they make a great throw and catch. DB lets him get just a little behind us, and he just makes a great outstretched catch, laid it right in there, and this was the drive they scored a touchdown on. And it was really these two plays back-to-back, are coming up in a minute. They make a long pass there, and then quarterback comes up. We get a good hit here. Trent kind of let up on him, thought he threw the ball, was afraid of getting a penalty, and sort of NFL sacked him, eased him to the ground there. But, we got a chance to stop him here, and the quarterback just finds a seam on us, and he's an athlete. He makes a good run. And we do a good job of hustling and getting him tackled there at the 5-yard line, but they end up punching it in a few plays later and tying the game at 10. And that's the play where we pulled McKinley out. We realized his shoulder was obviously really bothering him, and he's out the rest of the game. Good run here again by Dorian, good blocking up front by the O-line. Pick up big yards on first down. Again, we start another drive deep in their territory. All special teams, we stall out, and we got to kick a field goal, and it's one of our 2 missed field goals on the night. Hindsight being 20/20, you make those 2 field goals, you're up 16-10, and then you have that muff on special teams, and it's a tie ball game. We got a chance because late in the game we were deep in their territory, but we're 10-10 at halftime. I told our defense guys we're going to shut them out in the second half, and we're going to win the ball game, and we shut them out. I don't think they crossed the 50 the entire second half, but we just couldn't capitalize on opportunities. Again, Spencer Dacus comes in, causes a fumble, and we can't quite get on top of it at the bottom of that pile. But great job by him getting in there, and several guys on defense swarming to the football. They got 1st and 10 on the 45 there. We come up, we do a good job here, him and the quarterback in this time, wrapping him up, swarming and getting him on the ground. That's good gang tackling there. He was an elusive kid. He's a senior. He runs the ball well, and he made some good plays for him. We end up forcing a punt. Offense gets it back, and A.J. makes a nice read right here coming back into the game. Picking up good yardage, and we had a few of those here and there. We just couldn't string them together. We'd get penalties or stuff to back us up and couldn't get anything going. Defense comes in, great job on the trap play. Good job coming up and making a big play, getting them in the backfield. Got him 2nd and long here. Come up again, good job in the backfield. Daniel Lindo again. That's 2 plays in a row where he's wreaking havoc, and then Trent Carr makes a nice open field tackle there to get him on the ground. And a big play coming up here in a minute. We get great pressure on the quarterback. I think we got him sacked. He throws it. We get an interception, and we get an inverted whistle. It stops it there. I don't know why they blew the whistle that early, but, he wasn't on the ground. They only had 1 guy on him. But, again, it's getting a little bit like the NFL where we're getting a little crazy about some things. But offense still comes back. We hold them. They punt. We get great field position. Jesse Jones gets in there, makes a nice run for us. Pushed them all ahead for 9 yards. Good job running his feet and being physical in there. We got 2nd and 2, deep in their territory. We got to get points on the board here. make a nice first down catch. We're down to the 15. We got 1st and 10 at the 15. And, here's a chance. We're in the red zone. We need points. A roll out, got an open receiver, just overthrow him slightly in the back of the end zone. And, we'd love to have that one back. We end up stalling out, get a couple penalties and incomplete passes. Now we're kicking another field goal and we miss another one. And it's tough. Life of a kicker's tough. You're asked to do one thing, and when you do it right, everyone expects you to. When you do it wrong, everybody's in your grill about it. But, we missed 2 key field goals that, Coop knows he can make those. They're well within his range. But still, going in the fourth quarter, it's a 10-10 game. We've got a chance to win the ball game. I thought defensively kind of bowed our necks a little bit here. Again, held them on their side of the 50 the rest of the night. A couple good stops. They get 2 or 3 here or there, then we get a big play. A good tackle for loss there. Q Mack coming in, helping us a little bit. J.D. Jones went out with a little minor injury, but he's back this week and should be fine. And Q stepped in a few plays and did a good job for us. Here, probably the play that cost us the game. Well, I won't say cost us the game, that ultimately decided the game. We got the backup snapper in because J.D.'s hurt, snaps it over our head, and, we got to be smart enough here to get the ball out of the end zone, take a safety. We try to pick it up there and ends up kicking around, and there, Johnny on the spot picks it up, and there's 6 points on the board for us. But even despite that, we got opportunities later deep. There's 10:26 left in the game. We're down by 6, and we get deep into their territory a couple more times, and we just can't come away with points. Here we get a nice throw and catch to Bradley Wilson. Bradley does a great job for us coming up, making a nice catch. We get another one here, and then we get a penalty. They called us for someone moving early. I looked hard and I couldn't find it, but they're closer than I am, so they obviously saw it. That backed us up and then put us behind the sticks, forced us to punt. Now we got to play good D and get the ball back so we can have another chance. And our kids do a pretty good job here coming up, making a couple nice tackles in there, swarming and getting them on the ground. They got a couple good backs. They're a good football team. They played some teams really tough this year. They were 3-2 coming into this game. And one of those losses being to Jones County, a powerhouse team, by 6. So, they're a little battle-tested too. Good job there, Xavier Lewis, stringing it out. Nice tackle. Later on, we get them pinned back deep, and we get a big stop here. Force them to punt again. Our guys coming up, making some good plays. Good tackle. Daniel Dorsey there, filling from his safety slot. But, our guys do a great job of stuffing them, getting the ball back again. Me and several guys, Derek Jackson getting there, making a good play. Devontae Royals always around the football for us. But, they ran the ball, a ton. We were on the field for 60 plays on defense, and that's a lot. And I thought our guys really did a good job of fighting and keeping us in the game. We didn't play great technique at times. Here they come out with in their last possession here trying to trick us into a first down with a little polecat formation, and good job Dorian Edmond coming up making the tackle on 3rd and long and force them to punt it back to us. They end up shanking the punt, and we got the ball on the 46, and a chance to go down and get a touchdown and hopefully, win the game. We get a good completion there. Gets it inside the 40, and then we start going backwards with penalties and silly stuff, and they end up getting the ball back and able to run out the clock on us. A couple good plays there at the end, but we got no timeouts left and there's no time. But that was it, and ultimately just didn't do enough to win the game, man. I mean, ultimately, we did some okay things, but we obviously made a lot of mistakes. Didn't do enough to win the game. Proud of the kids' effort. I thought they played hard. We just got some things we definitely got to clean up. And sometimes in football, like any sport, sometimes you just don't play well. Yeah. And we didn't play particularly well and didn't deserve to win it.
Yeah. Well, that being said, Coach, we're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we're going to look at the game coming up this Friday night here at West Lawrence, so stay tuned.
Hi, I'm Chuck Harwell from Community Bank, and I would like to remind you that we're here to help you with all your financial needs. We can help you with loans for almost everything from getting married, buying your first car, getting ready for a new baby, buying a house, or going to college. You see, we're the bank that lives up to our name, Community Bank of Dublin-Lawrence County. We're Community Bank of Dublin-Lawrence County, where common sense banking never goes out of style.
Hi, I'm Locke Wilford, and Dublin Chevrolet is proud to sponsor high school football.
Go Crusaders! Go Raiders! Go Falcons! Go Irish! Go Chevy!
Call, click, or come by Dublin Chevrolet.
You wouldn't buy a gallon of milk and immediately pour 70% of it out, would you? Then why would you do that with power for your home? 70% of electricity is lost on the way to your house, making it only 30% efficient. But natural gas is 92% efficient. Electricity is good to power your lights and electronics, but using natural gas for certain appliances is the most cost-effective, energy-efficient, and environmentally friendly mix for your home. Use it, don't lose it. Choose the right energy mix. Choose natural gas.
Hey, I'm Kyle Williams. This is my wife, Allison. These are our 3 children, Luke, Vivian, Finn. I've grew up in Lawrence County. One name you always heard was Jimmy Rogers. As I got older, it was time to build a home. We met with Jimmy Rogers. We had an instant connection.
Yeah, Mr. Jimmy is like a father figure to us. He helped us through every step of the way, and we really appreciate everything that he did for us.
So we as a family are coming to you now. Please vote Jimmy Rogers for County Commissioner, District 4.
Hello, I am Jimmy Rogers, and I am running for County Commissioner of District 4 of Lawrence County. I'm just asking for your prayers, your support, and your vote on November the 6th, 2018. Please go to the polls and vote Jimmy Rogers, County Commissioner, District 4, and may God bless.
Welcome you back, ladies and gentlemen. Again, we're looking at this week. You got to move on. So you're 0-1 in the region, Coach.
Right.
You got Spalding coming in. At least it's a home game.
Right.
Most everybody's going to be almost injury-free, at least going to be on the field, we hope.
Hope so.
Yeah.
Hope so.
Yeah. So how do we look? How do we match up against Spalding?
Spalding's a really, really good football team. You know, there's no easy games left on our schedule. They're all good football teams.
That's right.
Spalding's really athletic. You know, they're up around Atlanta area. They do a great job. Coach Davis does a great job up there with those kids. You know, they're always ready to play. They got a kid at receiver that's, I think, the number 7 athlete in the nation. The Puckett kid who torched us a couple times up at their place last year. And he's doing a lot of things for them this year. He's playing receiver. He's been at running back. He's been at quarterback. He's kind of their go-to guy. But they got another kid at quarterback that's a good player, a couple good running backs. They're very physical on defense. It's going to be a tough game for us. I mean, we probably don't match up great with them, but our kids are going to have to go out and play hard and really do some things well and not make the mistakes we made last week if we're going to have any chance to win the game.
Yeah, you got to cut the mistakes, that's for sure, Coach.
Definitely.
And we battled hard against them last year to pull it out.
Yeah, we may have stole one up there last year. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's a tough fought game last year. We had a 28 or 27-17 lead, I think, at one point, and they fought back and made it 27-25 and had a chance late to win the game. And we had a big sack from Spencer Dacus that kind of knocked him out of field goal range and kind of sealed it for us. But definitely a tough fought game last year. I think they're even better this year, so it's going to be definitely a battle. So
when you get on your defensive side of the ball, Coach, you know, you got to have that performance. You got to have that line, those linebackers playing at the top of their game. They got to get downhill, and most of the time they played well last week. They were quite aggressive. You know, you got you 3 down linemen. They put their nose on the ball most of the time.
Yeah, they get after it. I'm proud of our kids on defense. I know I'm a defensive guy, coordinator, so I tend to drift that way when I talk about things a lot, and no disrespect to all of those offensive guys out there, but you know, I thought our kids have played pretty well despite the injuries we've had and the things we've had to go through this year. I mean, I think almost every game we've had somebody out for something on defense with an injury. I don't know if we've been at full strength since the scrimmage or since East Lawrence maybe, but you know, it's been a battle. But you know, we're giving up 6.9 points a game, so I mean, you can't argue with that. That's pretty good statistically. Now we got some games left that could definitely challenge that with some pretty good offensives going in.
Right.
But I'm proud of our guys. I'm proud of their effort. I'm proud of what they've done. We just gotta keep pushing and keep getting better.
And then we flip the other side of the ball, Coach. Now we're looking at offensive line. We're looking at different offensive players who've had to grow up fast, who've had to or who have needed to, with this many games, figured out what's going on. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I mean, you know, we've it's been a battle on that side as well because we've had injuries. You know, last 2 games we've had a starting offensive lineman out. We lost 2 other offensive linemen during the year. You know, one decided just not to play football, had some family things going on. Another one transferred to a Trinity. So we've been real thin on the offensive line. And we've had to put some guys in there without a lot of experience, and it's shown at times. But hopefully every week they're growing up, they're getting better. You know, AJ's had to really battle through some things this year. You know, with just having pressure on him a lot. I thought Dorian Edmonds done a great job for us at running back this year. I think Bradley Wilson has stepped in and done a great job at tight end and receiver for us. You know, EJ's been hampered, and he's kind of one of our go-to receivers out there.
Yeah, that's
Brent
tough.
Carr has stepped up and had a really good year for us at receiver. But, you know, all those guys got to just come together and realize it's crunch time. If we want to go to the playoffs, we got to win some games against some teams that are probably better than we are. And if we're not going to do that, we'll be sitting at home come November.
All right, so we're looking at this week, and you know, I know it's a special night for the school, for the program, for the band program, for people in our community who will come out because they're going to be recognizing vets. It's going to be a patriotic night and a mass band concert. You want to come out for that at halftime. They always do a real good job. But turn out, you know, wear your colors. We're going to need the support because, again, you know, you got a formidable opponent coming in here.
Definitely.
And it's going to take all the men on the field and all the fans really supporting these young men to get them up, get them where they need to be. And it's going to take all the coaching y'all continue to do. But, Coach, when you look at the majority of the plays called, again, my hat comes off to you, man. Y'all do a good job calling plays. You can't get them all right, but when you look where y'all grade out, I think y'all grade out pretty good.
Well, I appreciate it. I mean, we're human like everybody else. There's some times I know, you know, I'll admit it in film. I say, you know what, guys, I made a bad call there. I know we had a 3rd and 11 Friday, and I elected to pressure the quarterback, and he throws up a deep ball to a receiver out there in one-on-one coverage. He made a great catch and ended up scoring a touchdown on that drive. So, hindsight 20/20. Maybe I shouldn't have sent pressure. And then again, if we'd have got a sack, everybody been saying, well, great job, Coach.
That's right.
But we make mistakes like everybody else. We know that. But I think that, you know, I think we've done a good job as a staff of giving our kids a chance to win. I think that's why we're 4-2, despite the injuries, despite the kids we graduated last year. A lot of people didn't think we were going to be very good this year. We were picked to finish at the bottom, you know, in most predictions of the region, and that could still happen. But our kids I think are playing hard. They've won some games they probably most people thought they wouldn't have won. But I believe in them. They believe in themselves. Offensively, I think our coaches are doing a great job. It's been a struggle, but I think that's a personnel issue. We've fought through injuries and some things.
That's right.
You know, Coach Resper's done a great job calling plays and getting those kids in position. And at times we've made plays, at times we hadn't. But that's human nature.
It is. It is. And again, like we said earlier, you got to grow up fast, and that's what we hope is happening with these young men. So continue to encourage them. Turn out this Friday night and be a part of all the excitement of high school football here at West Lawrence this weekend. And Coach, you know, with them coming in and you know, you're looking at everything as a picture. You know, you got to play well. You got to play well offensively. Of course, you got to play well defensively. But you got to feel all right about it because you've had success in the past. You've had success this year. What it takes is players showing up and making plays.
And I think our kids, and I'll never put a loss on a kid. I mean, every kid I think out there for us has given us everything they've got. And I'm never going to say, well, you know, the kids just didn't do it. You know, ultimately, I tell our guys, look, if you win, I'll give you credit. If you lose, we'll take the blame. Because bottom line is we got to get you in position to make plays, and we've got to give you the reps at practice so that you are physically able to make those plays. Just putting you in position but not giving you the reps to practice making those plays, and then that's only half the job. But I think our kids have played hard. I'm extremely proud of them. You know, I enjoy coaching those guys, and I think we'll be okay.
Keep up the good work, Coach, and thanks.
Sir.
And, hey, we hope to see you out here Friday night at West Lawrence. See you then.
West Lawrence Radio Coaches Show brought to you in part by Dr. Jackson Fordham, DMD. Call for an appointment today.
A lot of people don't know that Nationwide Insurance is the largest farm insurer in the country. Example, this tractor. There's multiple ways to cover your equipment. It is replacement cost, actual cash value, insuring the GPS system on it. In addition to tractors, we also cover any implements that you would like to cover. Like this front end loader has a value added to your tractor or on its own. A lot of times, the only way we will insure a farm is if we come to your site. We're gonna walk it, we're gonna talk it, we're gonna find out what you do and what your interests are. We're gonna customize it so that you get full benefit with the broadest coverage that's available on the market today. A lot of people find out at the time of a claim that they were not properly covered. That is my worst fear. So we make sure going in that you are covered properly. Don't forget to insure your sprayer. A lot of people say, I rode by and didn't see you at your office. That's because I was probably on a farm.